Seguro. For right now, just sit back and let's continue the tour. There's going to be quite a little party going on down there. The area we're going to is called Revolution, and people in Southern California know it well. Not everybody goes to Mexico, though. It used to be strictly the American portion of Tijuana. It used to be like the American party portion of Tijuana. It would be where American college kids used to go. As you can see, this Saturday traffic's particularly busy today. Oh, geez, thank you for that. So. This is a little bit like New York driving. You got to be a little bit aggressive. Not rude, but aggressive. They just redid all these streets completely. And as you can see, it's in full swing down here. This place is starting to come around again. Oxxo is Mexico's answer to 7-Eleven. It's pretty happening tonight. As far as Revolution goes, in the 90s, this would be shoulder to shoulder on a Friday night, mostly with Americans. With like American tourists, American college students. And this chick almost got run over just now. Some of these pedestrians have death wishes. I'm trying to be careful and respectful, but they just like walk out in front of the car. You don't want to kill anyone while you're down here, even accidentally, because it's just a bad circumstance all the way around, you know? I have not seen that place open forever. Though I did see a couple of the big clubs back there. Open. I might be coming around again, but probably not. Where 6th Street meets Avenue Revolution is the center of Mexican hipster culture for all of North Mexico. In the daytime, this area has a very, very different vibe. The more crowded part of Revo is up in front of us because, and I'll be darned, it's cordoned off. So much for that, but first we're going to go back the other way. We're going to go through the arch. It's a landmark. If you ever get lost down here when you're walking, whatever, this thing is huge. It's really, really tall. Just look for the arch. That'll give you an idea of where the hell you are. If you're ever driving in Tijuana, nobody does. Most people park and walk in here. You know, if you've got a twang about you, like you have a rough idea of what you're doing, you won't have any problems driving in TJ. That's what I think anyway. I've never had any issues. Maybe 10 years ago, a couple, but... There's red on red in Mexico, but don't do the left on red thing, even if there's a one-way, even if it's a one-way street. Yeah, don't do that. It's not a happy, it's not a happy circumstance. Typically, it's just not. Now, this is a hot summer. I'm not gonna say it's the hottest one I've experienced down here, but it's pretty friggin' hot. These guys just kind of park anywhere and just start talking to people. It's just kind of what they do. It's getting better down here. As far as the police are far better than they used to be, certainly in the last 5 years or so. In general, They're sincere about being policemen. That was not at all the case before. 7 or 8 years ago, it was hard to drive around down here on weekends. The Caliente Casino and the ILI Stadium basically marks the beginning of Revolution, where people go in the evening. So earlier today, this was blocked off, but now apparently we can go right through it. I mean, there's all the rest of the traffic's doing it. The car in front of us has no lights at all. Anyway, right in front of us is Las Pulgas. But you know, it's where you go in the middle of the night, all of a sudden you want to go dancing. And that's what people do in Mexico. At 2 in the morning, they decide they want to go dancing on a Tuesday night or something. It's a lot busier on Friday. This place is packed. Hell, even on a Tuesday, it'll be busy because people just in Mexico, it's different, very different culture than ours. They'll just hop into a cab and they'll go dancing. Regarding taxis in Tijuana, you see this taxi in front of us without the lights on? That's called a taxi libre. You always want to take these white taxis. Generally, the yellow ones cost a lot more. They're looking for more of a tourist kind of thing. So these clubs, I don't know if you can see the club on the left. Here, let me see if I can do this. So that's Copeo. That's probably the place I hang out most here. You know, it's always nice when you're driving down the street in Tijuana and there's some guy following behind you with no lights on for 2 blocks. Revo, by the way, Ave Revolution bisects 2nd Street, which is the way out, Benito Juarez. To get back out, basically, you just keep going down until you cross, until where Revolution crosses 2nd Street. You make a right and then you go out. That's how you get to the 5 freeway. Here I am telling you how to get out and I just passed 2nd Street. Okay, so this is the 2nd time I'm trying to make a right on 2nd Street. Fuck it up this time, I'm gonna get a room and stay here for the night. So that's it. That's modern day Tijuana's Ave Revolution. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Hasta luego y nos vemos pronto. You know, thank God for the Central Lane, because this is what this looks like when you don't have a Century card.